everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing another unboxing. This one's getting a little bit weird though because I've been after some Rupicolous Laelias for a little while now, and I've been eyeing some from an eBay seller called Gretchenhans who constantly have beautiful Rupicolous Laelias in that I really want to try, but I can never win them. They're bids and they go too high for me. Recently they've been going really high, and there's also a Cycnoches peruvianum that I've been eyeing from them that they keep. I think they must have quite a lot of divisions because they regularly list these Rupicolous Laelias and the Cycnoches, and they just bid too high, and I was like, they weren't in my budget. They were getting to like €30 bids each. And I finally decided enough was enough, and some were nearly ending on Sunday night and they were still at like €5. So I just had like a weird mad bidding frenzy and I won them all. Really cheap. I guess maybe because it's getting colder people are holding off, and that probably should have put me off, but it didn't. And now I have a haul of Rupicolous Laelias. I also bought one from Sphagnum plants, which is the Laelia flavasulina and the Sophronitis coccinea. I'll show you those quickly now before I unbox actually, just so you've got an idea of the benchmark that I've got in my mind for quality. So if I show you these guys really quickly before we get into the major haul of these. Here we have the Sophronitis coccinea. This one's a very small division, however it arrived with 3 new growths. I've potted it into a ceramis pumice mix with a reservoir full of leca. It's in a self-watering pot. I think it'll do really well in that. Sophronitis are obviously cooler growers, so I think they'll appreciate having a clay media. It was in moss when I got it, and just to show you the new growths. And they're actually just starting to put out roots. So although it's a small division, it's got 3 new growths, so I think it'll do really well. And this one is the Laelia flavasulina, which is an absolutely gorgeous yellow variety. And it's got so many new growths coming out of it. I've buried them a little bit in this horticultural grit stuff, and the kind of non-wicking pebbles that I put on top to mitigate that dry top layer sucking any moisture from the roots. But this is in a ceramis pumice mix. Rupicolous Laelias are generally lithophytic, so they're found growing on rocks in kind of cooler, higher altitude climates. So I thought that they'd be a really great candidate for my inorganic mixes because I grow mainly in rocks, guys. So in theory, this is a perfect fit. We'll see how it goes. So I've got these two. I got these, I think these guys arrived on Tuesday because I ordered them Monday after having made this haul the previous day. And Sphagnum always arrived next day, so they're here and potted up. Today's Friday, by the way, just for anyone watching later. So then we've got this one. So I'm super excited to open this little haul. It's not a massive haul, but here's where things get a little bit freaky. I messaged Nina, who I'm sure many of you know, super knowledgeable, and she posted a picture of a hybrid that I've been kind of overlooking completely, and it's a Cattleya hybrid, and I will do a separate video because I have filmed the unboxing for that, which was why I did the little Sphagnum order as well with these 2 little cooler growers added in, because of the Cattleyas that they had, and they had one that Nina had just posted this amazing picture of on Instagram, and I just fell in love with. So I messaged her to say that it had arrived and it was amazing, and I'd also got these little Laelia flavasulina and the Sophronitis, and she was like, I've just made a haul for Rupicolous Laelias from Luck Orchidine. And then that same night, Miss Orchid Girl put up a video that she'd just got a Rupicolous Laelia haul from Luck. Mine aren't from Luck, they're from an eBay seller, but this is weird. I think there's some sort of a weird orchid hive mind going on. We're all buying the same orchids at the same time with no communication. It's a little bit strange. Maybe there's a Rupicolous Laelia full moon, or we're all in tune. But yeah, I just thought that that was a really funny coincidence, and that I would share that with you guys because it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Like one person, like if it would just been Nina, that's weird. And then Miss Orchid Girl uploaded her unboxing, which I'll link you to in the corner here. And I was like, what is happening? Why are we all buying the same orchids? It's weird. But yeah, before we get too hung up on how freaky our orchid buying has all synced together, we will unbox these guys and I will show you what I've got, and hopefully mine are somewhere near the quality of the Luck version that I've seen Miss Orchid Girl unbox, because that would be amazing. So let's get into it. Okay, so I managed to get into the box, which is very well packaged. I speak too soon, there's more tape. And we had our first frost last night, our first proper frost, so I really hope that these guys are okay, because they were in the UK at that point. And they're nicely wrapped, so we've got shredded newspaper to pack them with. Hopefully that's provided a bit of insulation. And then they are wrapped in newspaper, which I quite like. So let's just bring you guys up a bit and let's get into unpacking. This looks good though. Wow. So I think this seller does actually put pictures of the plants that they've got for sale up. They're not just like representative pictures, they are actually the plant you're getting, which is good. But yeah, they are a bidding seller, so it's just luck as to if you can get them cheap or not. Usually not. I've been watching this seller for the past 5 months or so, trying to get hold of some and not managed it, but yeah. Okay, so let's do a little plant inspection. It's potted in Sphagnum moss, which has got a lot of algae, so it's been kept quite wet. This is, sorry, the Laelia lucasiana. Oh, I can't read that. I'm going to have to double check their actual description. Lucasiana crossed with Cattleya harrisoniae. Oh, this is, I'm sorry. I'm going to put that, I thought it was something like harrisoniae or something, but what I will do is I will double check my eBay listing and put that up on screen so that we have the correct name, because one, I can't read it, and two, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation anyway. So I know that this was a hybrid between two species and it's looking super good. So we've got a new growth starting just in there, which is amazing. Really, really fat little bulbs. I think that's the only new growth I can see, but we can see a slug. Can you see it? That's a slug. He is coming out right this second. Yeah, no thanks. We don't want slugs in with our orchids. So this is going to get a hydrogen peroxide bath. But yeah, it looks super healthy, and these root tips look, I mean, they could have been potentially munched by that slug, couldn't they? They do look like a little bit. But these are all the new roots. So that is a really good start to this little haul. Oh, and this one is one I've been after from them for so long. So this is Laelia crispilabia, and it's a beautiful, beautiful pink. Oh, look at these roots. It's a really beautiful pink Laelia, and it looks amazing. Again, I think this is the item from the picture. I think they photographed the individual plants, so that's really good. eBay sellers can be very hit and miss. This eBay seller did have very good reviews, but that doesn't always mean anything, because some sellers will ban buyers who give bad reviews. So it doesn't always mean that you're getting something from a reputable seller. I know a few on eBay that are kind of like this. However, this one looks so far to be a good seller, so I will put a link in the description to the seller. Obviously it's not really the ideal time of year to be ordering, but I will link you guys in case, because I'm actually really impressed with this. Like, that's like really, really impressive. Bulbs are super fat. The roots look, I mean, we've got to have some live roots in there. Those are not dead. It's shipped fairly dry. I can't really detect any moisture in the pot, to be honest. Probably not a surprise, but we've got some new growths in there. This one here, we've got another one just in there, which I probably can't really show you. Just in there. Probably many more. This is a super, super bushy little plant. So that's the Laelia crispilabia. Oh, this is the Cycnoches, I think. So this is the peruvianum that I have been after for months. And the bidding just kept going up so high, and I got it a bit cheaper this time. I got to the stage where I was just like, I'm having it. And it was cheaper than last time. The Laelias I managed to get super cheap. Some of them I managed to win for €7, which is amazing. But yeah, this is the Cycnoches peruvianum. This is the picture. This is the plant from the picture. It's super loose in its pot, so I don't think it's got any roots, but I'm just going to get it out. Ah! Okay, we have a new growth starting there, which was buried in the bark. So I have another super out of season catasetum type. Got like a tag around the bulb there with writing on. I guess maybe during dormancy they just keep them out of pots altogether. This mix does look very fresh, so I guess that's newly potted up. Okay, so I've got another out of season catasetum. Looks nice and big though, doesn't it? So I'm just going to let it do its thing. If it wants to put out a new growth, it can put out a new growth now, and I'll just keep it warm and watered over winter, and we can try and get it back in season at some point next year. But I'm not, that's taken energy to put out that new growth, so I am going to let it do what it wants to do. So that is the Cycnoches peruvianum. So I'm guessing this one is another little Rupicolous Laelia. So this one's a beautiful yellow Laelia called Laelia cardimii. So again, looking to be a super, super healthy little vigorous plant. It's got plenty of roots that I can see in the pot, and it also it's absolutely tiny though. It does have this leaf which it's losing from an older growth, but that is a new growth right there that's starting new roots. So I think that that's a really nice little plant there. And great thing about these is they are miniature Cattleya Alliance types, so they will stay fairly compact, which is great when you've got limited space, and they just look like little jewels. They're so colourful and beautiful. Got such nice little flowers. So that is my little haul from Gretchenhans on eBay, and I'm super happy with all of them. Like, they're all super healthy, and put them with my Sphagnum Laelia. I feel like we've got a really nice little collection starting. Super, super healthy. You can see the size differences in the different species. But yeah, I'm really, really excited, and I'm impressed with this seller. One thing I would mention is that basically the seller seems to have issues with eBay and the combined postage tool. So they did try sending me an invoice and it didn't work, and it wouldn't combine the postage. It was still just adding the postage together. So for some reason eBay just doesn't want to work for them in that regard. So what they did instead was they actually sent me a refund for the postage. So if you ever buy from them and you're like, oh, this is a bit dodgy, the refund did come through a couple of days later for the full difference, which was like £30 difference. It was quite a lot, and they refunded me that, and without any issues. They just said, really sorry, the combined invoice isn't working, we'll send you a refund, and they did. So it's a little bit worrying when that first happens and you're like, are they actually going to refund me? Like, how am I protected in this because I'm paying extra for postage? But they did refund me that difference, so that's really good, and I'm really happy with my little, I've got my Cycnoches propped up in the corner there because obviously it's now not able to stand because I've unpotted it. But yeah, it was super wobbly, so I just wanted to see what was going on and show you guys. So that's my little Rupicolous Laelia haul, with a Cycnoches added in, of course. And I will post the video of the other orchids that I got from Sphagnum in a few days probably. So with the magic of YouTube editing and also the fact that I've been so busy this week with work that I've just not been filming as much, and I haven't had time to edit things either, I've actually got like a 1 week update for you after the unboxing, even though I haven't actually published the unboxing yet. So I thought that I would tag it onto the unboxing and hopefully you guys can enjoy seeing how they are doing. They're all repotted into a mix of pumice and ceramis, with a top layer of horticultural grit, with the exception of this one because it had thicker roots. So the harrisoniana crossed with lucasiana, or lucas something, is actually in a mix of leca and pumice there, with a top layer of the horticultural grit to stop the top from drying out. It seems to be doing well. It seems to have plumped up a bit since the unboxing there. I think it's doing well so far anyway. This one here's the little Laelia cardimii. Really cute little Laelia. Stayed nice and plump there. You can see how shiny that cedar bulb is, so seems to be doing well in its little pot. It's too early to tell, it's only been around a week, so much too early, but certainly hasn't shriveled up and died on me. And they are Rupicolous, which means they often found growing on rocks in nature, so they should do reasonably well. One that I haven't shown you is the Laelia longipipes, and this one was stuck in transport for around 3 weeks, so it didn't do so well and all the roots were dead when I got it. It is now putting out a little new growth there. Sorry, these are under my grow light, so it's a little bit more difficult to see maybe, but just there, there's a little nub starting as well, just below there. Might be a root starting, so I think it'll be okay. It did have some rot on the leaves when it arrived. It had been shipped wet, and I did let the seller know. They said to let them know if anything else happened, so just thought it would be nice to film a quick little update showing you the setup that these guys are actually going to be living in and how I've arranged them and how I've potted them. The crispilabia is in a bigger pot. I'll just show you the mix that it's in. And they're all in self-watering or semi-hydro. Sophronitis coccinea. I think I showed you these just at the beginning of the haul as like a comparison, and that one's new growths are still kind of maturing. It seems to be doing very well, so it's got 3 new growths on that one. There's another one there, and it stayed nice and plump, hasn't shriveled at all, so seems to be enjoying the mix. And this one is Laelia flavasulina, which is a beautiful yellow variety, I believe. And again, stayed nice and plump there. It's putting out new growths. That's my little, I don't do well with tolumnias. I'm attempting something a little bit new with my tolumnias, so that's my new tolumnia plan. You can see that. It looks quite cute, but I don't know if they're going to do very well. I'm not particularly good with tolumnias. I'm not very good at mounting orchids and not watering them, as I'm sure you guys can tell from the fact that most of my things are in self-watering containers. My Paphiopedilum delanati, this is another one that I got from Sphagnum. The original one's still here, and then I did a little Sphagnum haul, which I will upload shortly, and found that they had a delanati which actually had 2 flower buds already starting on it. Just turn the light off, maybe you can see the colours a bit better. I don't know how well you can see the colours now. I think that's a better reflection of the colours. So it's a little bit dark without any form of lighting now, but hopefully you can see them a little bit better. I'm not detecting any fragrance yet, but they have only just opened, so I'll let you guys know. So thank you so much for watching today, and if you enjoyed this video then don't forget to give it a like or subscribe to my channel for more regular orchid updates, and I will see you guys later. Bye!